am streaming here, aren't I? Thought I said start streaming. Am I streaming now? Oh, great. Thanks, streamer. I really appreciate it. I've been going here. I've actually been talking for like 5 minutes and just now realized, hey, my live stream didn't actually freaking start. So now, hi, how you doing? I've just been talking to the void for 5 minutes. I'm gonna have to talk about everything I just talked about again. Okay, welcome to Eccentric Nature. I'm Eric. Hello. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm here mainly to talk about, I mainly talk about herbs, of course, and plants on my channel, and we're going to be talking about some of that, because I have been taking some more Eastern herbs. Problem is, I don't know exactly what it is. The acupuncturist I've been working with actually gave me this bottle, which says on it, Chai Hu Bei, but that's not actually what it is. I looked up Chai Hu Bei and I'm like going, no, that's not the same thing that was in this bottle. So I need to go back to him and be like, hey dude, what have you been giving me so I know exactly what I'm taking and I can look it up. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know and I can't tell you that exactly. But otherwise, what I can tell you is all the things that have been going on with me. It's very odd in that it's like a, people say like, oh, when you get older, suddenly things are going to change. And oddly enough, for me, this is my 50th year. I am 50 this year. And there was like suddenly a switch that kind of hit just after I turned 50 that all of a sudden, boom, you're suddenly having all these health problems. And I'm just like, what the heck is going on with me? Because I've always been in really good health. I've never broken any bones. Haven't had any major illnesses. I've never really had much need to go to the hospital, except for once when I was really young to have a fishing hook removed from my hand. Because I forgot it was in my back pocket and reached back there and like, oh no, now I got a hook in my hand. But I was really young when I did that, so I blame that on, youthful stupidity. But other than that, it's like, yeah, the last time I went to the doctor until recently was, gosh, I can't even remember the last time I had needed to go to the doctor for anything until I came over here to, Great Britain. And since I moved over here, I've been dealing first of all with my chronic urticaria, which is very similar to like an eczema or hives. I totally forgot to load the videos from my phone onto the computer so I could show you exactly what they are. Actually, I might be able to do that really quick by bringing up my phone and just transferring them. I can do that while I'm talking. But anyways, just to give you an idea while I'm transferring them, basically the main symptom I get is just itching. Like right now I'm like itching around here and I'm itching on my legs. And it's like not like a high-end itching, but it tends to be there quite a bit. It's like a dry skin itching kind of thing. And, it happens mostly when I get warm, when I get hot. That's when I get it the most. So, yeah, it depends, really, on what's going on. I don't know if any of you guys have had to deal with hives or itching or anything along those lines like I do. But it's not like severe eczema where it can be very debilitating. It can show up in like huge blotches on your face and like be stuff that you don't want to show to the public and just really unnerve you and make it hard to deal with people, and people can freak out when you see it. Some people deal with it better than others, I know, and it's not that big a deal when it comes to it at the end of the day, but I know just, humans being humans, they'll see something unusual like that or like a birthmark even and be like, what is that? And yeah, but for me, it's like it doesn't tend to show up. It's like I could be having it and people are like going, you look perfectly fine. It's like, yeah, well, when it shows up, it tends to be in places that are either covered or very minimal. It's like often it's only after I work out and I've gotten really hot and sweaty. That's where they said it could just be an allergic reaction to my own sweat now, which sounds very odd, but it's just apparently what I'm doing happening. But like today I actually got it after I worked out, and it was showing up on here quite a bit. It was showing up like on the tops of my feet quite a bit, a little bit on my legs, and a little bit on my chest. I'll get it a lot in here as well sometimes. It just varies a little bit as to where it shows up a lot, but those are like the main areas where I get it. And that's been happening for 10 years, over 10 years now, which is also very odd because they say it's one of those ones that Western medicine really fails at. Because as far as they know, they're like, well, we don't know what causes it. We don't know how to get rid of it. We got these things we can give you, which can kind of help, but really, partly I'm just going, why am I even still taking them? Because I'll take them and still I get like I did today, and it's like, I feel like they haven't helped at all. And you'll find a lot of people who have eczema have that same problem. They'll be like, hey, I get all this stuff going on, and it's like completely pointless. Why am I trying all these creams? Why am I trying this and that? And so, yeah, it's a very frustrating one in those lines. But, typing and actually sending stuff at the same time is harder than you think. But, yeah, I just get so tired of it because, we have after dealing with 10 years, they say with most cases, it'll just suddenly disappear within like 3 to 5 years, 10 at the most. And so I'm apparently some weird outlier that, with this kind of chronic urticaria, that it usually just goes away. And, well, it hasn't. It hasn't gone away for me. I'm still dealing with this BS, and it's really annoying. And, yeah, I just want it to be gone. So, yeah. Grr, and double grr. There we go. Sending those photos to myself here. We'll have to do the videos another time when I'm talking about this, I guess. But yeah, that's one thing I've been dealing with. Another is the very uncomfortable and very unsightly hemorrhoids, otherwise known as piles. I've been dealing with those for a long time. They even tried to do banding on it and it didn't take. And now they're just like, oh, well, you just have to live with it. Great. Wonderful. More just weird, inconvenient stuff that's, not like life harming or anything, but it's just makes your life that much harder. And, that's why I generally don't talk about it. I'm just generally like, hey, no big deal. But I was mainly wanting to bring it up because I've sort of been trying some other paths to try and deal with it and get rid of all this stuff. Especially because it's those things I've been mainly just living with and being like, okay, I'll just deal with it. But since recently, when everything kind of hit that wall and I've had all these problems here in the last 4 months, that I decided, well, Western medicine is really failing me right now. I've done all different kinds of blood tests, x-rays on my chest, on my heart, on my lungs, and I've seen a specialist for the heart, and they've ruled that out. There's, they were looking at some other stuff. They've been looking at asthma and different things, and I've just been getting no definitive answers from them, and it keeps dragging out more and more. It's the only thing I'm thankful for that I'm over here in the UK is that I have the free healthcare because, good gosh, if I was trying to do all these tests and I had to pay for them all, I wouldn't be able to afford it. Not at all. But so the current things I'm dealing with are these. One is a frozen shoulder. So that's as far as that one goes. Right now the side is pretty equal, but you can see this one just doesn't quite go up as much. Yeah, doesn't go as far back. This one used to go up less than this one does, and now that's as far as that one will go. I can barely get it around. So yeah, the shoulder does not want to move. Barely wants to move at all right now. It's very limited, and so there's that, which has made it, which in itself has made it hard to work out. But really, what's made it impossible to work out is the fact that I just am very fatigued. The last 3 months, where suddenly I just would be working out and I'm just like going, I can't do anymore. I'm just toast. And then I got to a point where everything was just completely falling apart. I mean, I just couldn't work out at all anymore. It just stopped. And then also, um, I was starting to get like very foggy brained all the time, which essentially is just a form of headache. And you could say it's just a form of tension headache, just very low end, and that I feel it a lot through here and like behind the eyes, which is generally is very this kind of area is very much expected for tension headaches, um, and but it's like it's at that kind of level where it just feels more like you're just very you can't focus on things as well. You get very foggy, and you're not very clear and crisp with your thoughts. And yes, when I really think about it, I can diagnose and say that it is just a low end pain. That is low end pressure. That is essentially a headache. It just doesn't have that usual feeling of a headache where you have the pain involved with it. It just gives you that kind of feeling where you're like, I'm going through the day in a haze and getting stuff done still, but it's all really hard right now. Ugh. So yeah, there's that, and then I've also been like getting very out of breath as well with the workouts, which could just be because of the fatigue. But they've been suddenly going, oh, maybe it's something else. Maybe it's something with the heart or different things like that. So I think maybe it's just been throwing the Western medicine off. I don't know. So I've started going on and doing acupuncture and trying some Eastern herbs by their recommendation. Unfortunately, I don't know what the herb is. He gave it to me in this bottle, which it says Chai Hubei. I looked up Chai Hubei. It is not what I am taking. It does not look at all like the granules that they broke these down into. Chai Hubei is also mainly for digestive issues, not for energy issues. So, yeah, it's not the same thing that I've been taking, unfortunately. I have to go back to the acupuncturist and say, let me know what it is exactly I'm taking, which has been a little bit hard because he doesn't speak the best English yet. So, a little bit of a language barrier there, unfortunately. Yeah, but otherwise, so far, so how does it work? I mean, does acupuncture work? Yeah. So far, I've had success with it. The last couple days, I've actually been able to work out again because I've been feeling like I've had more energy. So either because of the acupuncture itself or because of the herbs he's been giving me, it has been helping. So I am very happy with it so far. I've been on it for 2 weeks now. I've done 4 sessions, 2 a week, is what we've been doing. Got a couple more sessions next week before I head back off to the States. So yeah, I'm going to get a little bit more time in, which is great. And we'll see how far I get before I have to take off back home. But he's been mainly doing, they've been doing acupressure and massage and the acupuncture as well. So like a triple threat action with me because I got so many different weird things going on. He's been focusing the acupuncture primarily on, the tension of the neck and the problems with the shoulder lately to help get rid of the headaches and the shoulder problems, and been relying on the herbs more for the actual fatigue problems over the last week. The first 2 sessions, he did more of a one where he did acupuncture needles that were in the back of the head, in the front of the head, down the center line here, going down almost just about as low as my navel. So he did and it's not like as many as you think. You see like Kung Fu Panda, and he has like 100 needles in him, and it's not that many that he did. It was like maybe 10 needles overall. Not nearly as many as some, you may get scared and think about. And for the most part, it's like once they put them in there and they leave them in there, it doesn't really hurt. It's, especially even when they put them in there, it doesn't really hurt at all when they put them in. It's mainly as he starts turning them and to get them into the right point that it can give you little jolts of pain. Because he's trying to get them to affect certain areas. For my headaches and stuff, when he puts them into the neck, he says it's good if he actually feel it radiating into the from here to here, and that's actually a good thing. I was like, oh, okay, well, but for whatever reason, I never feel that. I always just feel it locally where when he's turning it. There's like been a couple times where I feel it like radiating a little bit wider, but I've never like felt it actually give me a full radiation to another area. Um, like I have felt that before. Like when I had some back problems before, where when my back got out of leg, I would feel it in my leg and different things like that. But for this, whenever he's done the acupuncture, I've never felt it go into a different area and actually be like, oh yeah, I can feel that twisting there and it going all the way down or all the way up to the head like you wanted it to. So yeah, very odd in that sense. Um, but otherwise, what else about it? Um, it's he also uses basically um, what's the word of it? The actual machine has a name on it. Oh, well, come on, Eric, you can do this. Um, there's a machine that he hooks the needles up to once he's put them in, and they give you little jolts. It's kind of like if you've ever done one of those things where you've got like a thing that does your that well they've advertised them on TV too, where they'll attach something to your arm and it makes your muscle just go boom, 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 and it gives you contractions on the muscles. It kind of does that to you, where it just gives a little electrical pulses. And so, like when the last two times he's been really focusing on doing the shoulder and the neck, he would hook it up to the machine and leave it in there for 30 minutes, and it would be giving me these pulses. So my neck would be kind of pulsing, my shoulder would kind of be pulsing a little bit. And it works good for the most part. It's like I did notice like the last time I did it, when after a while they kind of my shoulder got a little bit painful with one of the needles because it must have just turned the wrong way or something. So then we just lowered down the amount that was it was giving me for the not the shock, for the electrical jolt, as it were, and then it was fine. Um, but other than that, he's been doing like some really heavy ones where he'll like get my arm into a position and go, okay, where does it hurt? And it's like the hard thing is like it doesn't hurt so much until I really reach for it, and then it's like, okay, yeah, it hurts here a little bit, and then he'll like take a needle, put it in there, and work it around a little bit, and that's when it really hurts. When I'm already in a position where it already feels a little bit painful, and then he'll be turning it around. And it's like, okay, that's getting me good, and then he'll take it out, and we'll check the range of motion again, and see if we've gotten anything more out of it. And since I started doing this, I've definitely gotten more range of motion out of it. So if I'm like here, I was starting off like here. There you go, good side angle. That's a good one for you. It actually started off like more here, where that's as far as I could get it. Now I can like get it up to there. So like there is some improvement that I've been getting out of it, and it's only been 2 weeks. So it's like to suddenly expect it to go, yes, I can go all the way up again. Woohoo! Is probably a bit too much to ask, but it definitely has improved. So I'm very happy with it as far as all that's concerned. I think overall what I'm very excited about and interested to find about is a friend of mine. Her father is actually a very well-known or very good acupuncturist in Australia, and she said to give him everything that's been going on with me, which I'm going to do here very shortly, and let him know, because he thinks he might know exactly what's going on with me. And it's like, if that's the case, then I can hopefully get even better work done on me to make it even more effective. But so far, yeah, I'm very happy with the acupuncture. This is the first time I've done it in this length of or this intense amount. I have done some acupuncture before, very limited though. When I was doing the Stranger Things show, they had a man on staff there, Logan. He's an actual. I'm forgetting the names of everybody's titles these days. Okay, come on. Title of the physio person. Anybody know what the not the physiologist, for Christ's sakes, come on. but he was the guy, the trainer on staff, essentially. Osteotherapist? I don't know what the hell. It's a freaking name. I'm about to curse because I can't come up with the damn name. But he did like some various things to help me out with. I've been having some pains off and on in my right foot for a while now, and he would do some acupuncture on around that area on my foot, and it actually would help a little bit when he would do that. But he generally would like do 4 needles in my foot to help relieve the problem with that. And he would also do like a little bit of massage on it, or like some special tape on it as well. But yeah, physiotherapist, is that what it is? The word I'm working for? He's a licensed physiotherapist, but he does like all different. But he's a physiotherapist who gets it. He does all different various things. He does acupuncture. He does physio training. He does heat strips and different things like that. He does your basic sports taping. He does all different kinds of things anything that you can think of to get the body back in order. So yeah, I was very happy with him. Logan, you're awesome. But otherwise, yeah, like I said, overall I'm very happy with it. I think it's been very successful, and yeah, that's the deal. That's what's been going on with me, and that's all I have to say about it. If you have any questions about what's going on with me, let me know in the comments. I'm going to take off for now. Thanks for watching. It's been a weird couple months, partially because of what's been going on with me, so it's been slowing things down. And how fast I've been releasing videos. I definitely want to get videos out faster and do 1 a week, but over this holiday season, it's definitely not going to happen. So just expect to not see many videos from here in December. I've got 2 I'm trying to get done in time to release 1 before I leave here in December, and then release another one right at the beginning of January. So I've got the mythology of pumpkins ready to go, and I've just finished filming the top 10 herbs and spices for headaches and migraines, no less, because I've been dealing with them. I said, well, I want to do this video. Hopefully you guys want to see it too. So yeah, that'll be coming out very soon. Top 10 teas, top 10 herbs and spices. No, that's not. I am just losing my brain today. Top 10 herbal teas and herbs and spices teas. Top 10 teas. It's just the top 10 teas, okay? Call it there. I'm getting out of here because I can't put 2 words together. We'll see you guys later.